only 5 months into the year and home sales have already dropped 25% compared to last year, same time. So in today's video, we're going to break down the Brampton update for June 2025. In today's video, we are going to show you all the different housing categories, what's moving, what's not, what you might need to be informed about if you're thinking of buying a property right now or selling a property right now in the Brampton area. And if neither of those sounds like you and you're sitting on the sidelines just absorbing the information, let me know in the comment section down below what information is most interesting to you when you're coming to watch a market report video. So the first thing we're going to do here is we are going to look at the overall picture in what's happening in Brampton. We're going to have it on a screen share here, so you're going to see me side by side with some of this data here, but we're looking at $875 being the overall median price across all different housing categories right now. Now, although that median sale price is $875, that median list price is almost $100,000 higher at $970,000, which means if you're thinking of selling your home, you need to absolutely consider that you're not going to get your list price more often than not. We did see 1,796 transactions take place during the month of May, and we still saw 27% of those homes, as a grand picture, of course, sell over asking. And all that is not a hot market, because it's definitely not a hot market right now. That is a listing a home at $399 and it's worth $450, or listing a home at $599 and it's worth $700. So we're getting multiple offer situations happening. That's when we're seeing these homes go over list price. Now, below list price, 70% of the homes are selling below list price, which is very, very common. And when we're talking days on market, you have to be prepared at this point. 20 days on market is what we're looking at right now as a big picture. 3 weeks at a bare minimum if your home is priced perfectly, staged, checks every box for the buyer, and it's the best price in the area. It has to have all of these things just to sell within 3 weeks. Now, we're also seeing an increase again this month of 24.9% on the termination side of things. That means 844 terminations happened. Those properties did not sell. They were likely relisted into the transactions, or the new listing volume rather. So 844 of those, they might have come into that new listing volume of 1796, or we might see them in the June numbers. Some things we want to really be looking at overall in the big picture here is the days on market. Of course, we're up 33% to 15 from the same month last year, showing us that the market is definitely cooler than it was the same time. The other thing we want to take into account here is we are down almost 10% on the sale price as a big picture. So detached, semi-town, all accumulating together. Last year we were seeing 967. Now we are obviously down to 875. So almost $100,000 difference between the year over year number there. And the big picture here is we are up 25% when it comes to the new listings that have hit the market compared to last year, same time. So we're almost at 7,000 new listings up to this point, May 2025, right at the end there. Last year we were at 5,500. So we almost have 2,000, give or take, additional listings that have come on the market. And we've seen quite a few less sales. So we also have 25% less sales. That's a 50% bump between the two numbers there. Now, you're not here just to get the averages in the large picture. You want all the details. So we're going to start off with the most sensitive category for everybody right now. And that category is, of course, condos. So let's take a look at what's happening in the condo category. We are seeing right now transaction volume. It actually bumped slightly from month over month. We're at 32 transactions. Last month we're at 27, but we're seeing that median price still coming down. 472 right now. Your listing price on median side of things, 520. So $50,000 difference between your list and your sale price. If you're looking at the mediums here, 23% increase in listings that have hit the market. So 150 here to 120. When we're looking at the above list price, not very many of these condos are working when it's the bidding war strategy. So they are selling 90% of them below that list price. Check out the days on market here. We are seeing over a month now, month and a week. So we're seeing 5 weeks to sell a condo if it's priced perfectly and it checks every box, has a great layout. Still taking quite a bit of time, but some of these numbers are really starting to increase. we are seeing right here, we've increased 36% on the average time it's taking to sell a home, 26 days to 36. We're also seeing the, strategy of bidding war no longer working. It was working a little bit last year. 25% of condos were still selling through the bidding war process. No longer something that's working. And then the price, 11% decrease in condos across the board. 535 down last year to today, 472. These numbers aren't pretty, but they are unfortunately the reality that we're dealing with. Now, condos, I want to dig into them a bit more and show you guys what else is happening in the condo sector, because, these numbers we see here, they are all of the types of condos at the end of the day. So I want to take a peek at what the one bedroom numbers look like so you can get a real sense. One bedroom numbers, we're seeing the median list at 429, the sale price, median sale price at 400,000. Last year, we were seeing that at 440,000, same month last year. And prior year to date, we're seeing 460, and today we're seeing 415. So we are down almost 10% there as well. When it comes to the median list price, we're listing about $50,000 less than we were same time last year. And when it comes to the homes that are selling below list price, we are once again increasing that 23% this year. And look at this, all one bedroom condos, every single one of them. 100% of those 7 sold below list price. So one bedrooms, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at about 400 grand median. Now I want to take a peek at 2 bedrooms to give you a sense of what that looks like for people. You're going to hop up almost $100,000 to that $490,000 threshold. That was quite a bit more last year, right? $45,000 more. We are seeing some transactions happen, not much different year over year. We are seeing still a tiny bit go over that list price, but very small number, 6% here. And we're seeing the listings, the new listings volume. We've seen a 32% increase in 2 bedrooms hitting the market prior year to this year, and then 18% increase just month over month. And it's still taking these 2 bedrooms 34 days to actually sell. We don't want to get too into the weeds with condos, but I wanted to show you the 1 and 2 bedroom options that they have there. Now we are going to head on over to the next popular category here, and that is the detached homes. Detached homes, median price right now is $1,060,000. That is pretty much on par with last month. It's not a big change, but when we're looking at same price or same terms last year, we were at $1,140,000. Now we're down $70,000 to $1,076,000. So down 5% here. Transaction volume, finally, we did see a bump in something, and we saw detached homes moving a little bit better. 21% increase on the actual transaction volume. Comparing that to last year, we're still down 27%. So even though it's better than last month, possibly because the weather got nicer, things are a little bit more active out there in the market, we're still down quite a bit from what was happening same time last year. The new listings, they're significantly up. So even though we saw that 21% bump in transactions, we saw a 23% rise in listings. So we didn't help ourselves here at all. We didn't sell up enough to cover the new listings, and 700 listings roughly is what we're up from last year, which is 20%. Big thing for everybody to take a look at here is we are seeing 20 days on market. That is pretty consistent. Even last year it was 13 days, but that's not, as big a number as 46% looks. That's still less than 3 weeks to sell a detached home. So all in all, detached homes, they are year over year not doing great, but they're holding from month over month. We're going to take a peek. Semi-detached homes, they are always selling better. And the big thing with these guys is you're going to see the above asking is still high because this is a high demand category. We see townhouse buyers go to semis. We see condo sellers rather go to semis. So it's a category where a lot of people have interest, which is why we still see 36% of them working with the bidding war strategy. Obviously, the difference at 62% is selling below your list price. However they wanted to price it is really how that stat is going to be dictated. But when we're looking at the price overall, we have dropped $35,000 from last month. Same month last year, we have dropped $60,000. And if we're just looking at the prior year to date and today's year to date, we are down a total of $55,000. That's just about 6%. We're also seeing transaction volume 28% less than we were seeing last year. And of course, the big thing that we're always curious about, if we own a property, how long is it going to take to sell it? Well, we're pretty much flush across the board. Anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks to sell a semi-detached is not too terrible at the end of the day. The new listings volume, we did see 237 of them hit the market, and last month we saw 227, so pretty consistent across the board. And as you can see here, we actually have, a little bit more volume hitting than last year, which is good, but we're still seeing the semi-detached category move at a pretty good rate. Now we got two categories left, the townhouses and the condo townhouses. But before we get to those two categories, I want to know in the comment section, what category of housing are you most interested in? Is it the condo category because of affordability, or is it one of the other categories because you're looking to maybe sell a property and move into your next? And if that sounds like you want to make that transition, feel free. My information is in the banner on the bottom of this video here. Happy to help you and answer any questions that you might have in the Brampton area. So let's take a peek. Freehold townhouses. We are looking right now at an $800,000 median price, but those are being listed roughly $50,000 higher as well. We are looking at transaction volume slightly higher than it was last month, up from 64 to 74 transactions. That's a 15% increase. And we're still seeing a little bit of them, 30% selling above list price. Because this category has a lower median or average price, we're seeing the bidding strategy working a little bit here because of desirability to have no maintenance fees and have something where you're not paying $300, $400, $500 a month additionally on the maintenance side of things. Now, it's still going to take you, and this is a common theme that we keep coming across, it's going to take you 3 weeks here to get one of these homes sold. So be prepared. You're not going to be selling a home quickly in this market. No matter the housing category, expect a month at a bare minimum if you've taken the advice from your realtor, you've priced it correctly, and your home looks amazing. That's how it's going to get sold in these median timelines here. We are seeing a reasonable chunk of them getting terminated. 104 were terminated. We had the new listings hitting the market, 206. So something to keep in mind. A lot of these might come back onto the market, or they would be a portion of that listed number there. And new listings, we are getting a 30% increase compared to last year in the townhouses. So that means more people are looking to get more space on the townhouse side of things, or maybe they are preparing for mortgage renewal and they might not be in a position to keep owning a home potentially. And if that's the case, this video that I have here might be something that you're interested in listening to. This is talking about mortgage renewals that are coming up, because that's going to be a big sticking point for a lot of people. Payments are going to be increasing for people, especially if you locked into a 5 or 3 year fixed rate and you were at 2%. You're going to be renewing at 4% or higher right now, which is going to make your payments just completely skyrocket. So you need to be prepared for that and understand what's going to happen before you just open up your renewal papers and, a huge gasp comes out of your mouth because you're completely shocked. Make sure you're prepared. And that's what we make these videos for, to keep you prepared of what's actually going to happen and what's happening in the market today. Now, we're going to finish off condo townhouses. Now, that condo townhouse category, more affordable for people. Absolutely. A little bit more than the condos, but we're looking at a median price here of $650,000. So if you need more space and a condo's not going to cut it, condo townhouses is your next best bet. We did see 41 transactions happen this past month, up 24% from the previous month. So that's nice to see. New listings across the board, very similar. And then when we're looking at year over year, we actually have more listings coming out in the market on the condo townhouse side of things. 28% increase in the new listings from the same time last year. But we do have a bit of an issue on the transaction side of things. We only have 141, and last year, same time, we had 208. So that's a 32% decrease in transactions. Not great. When it comes to how long it takes to sell, hey, here you go. We got about a month again. 26 days last year, or 19 last year, 25 today. So it's going to take you some time. Be prepared. At the end of the day, that's all we can do with a lot of this. Now that we've seen the different categories and what's happening in those categories, there's a few questions that you might want to ask yourself. And those questions are, what is your housing situation look like right now? Is the place you're in going to suffice for the next 5 or 10 years? If it is, that's fantastic. Keep watching the videos, keep figuring out what's happening in the market and learning about the ins and outs of what happens from month to month. As the seasons change, we have different real estate cycles as well. But if you're actually looking to do business, so to speak, in this market, whether it's a buy, a sell, or both, understanding what goes into the statistics and the numbers is extremely important. Because if you're looking to buy, what we're looking for in that case is, where are things trending? Do we keep getting lower prices every single month, or are they fairly flat? Look for your point of entry if you're just looking to buy. Now, if you're looking to sell and buy, a lot of this doesn't necessarily matter that much, because you're going to buy in a bad market, sell in a bad market, buy in a high market, sell in a high market. So as long as you transact both of these in the same market, you don't need to be worried about the big picture market altogether. What you do need to understand at that point is, do you sell first or do you buy first? That's the most important decision for you. And you can actually get that free guide in the pinned comment down below. But that is the real important thing. What makes sense based on the home you have, how quick we think we can sell it, and where you're looking to go based on the inventory that's available. Because for some, they might want to sell first to know exactly how much money they're going to be able to secure to go buy something else. For others, they may want to buy first because they have a specific home. They're only going to move if they buy that specific home. So we break it down in our free guide down below, but these are some of the inner battles between a lot of buyer and seller clients' heads, trying to figure out, hey, what's the strategy? What's my best play here? So hopefully that little free resource does help you. And if you're looking for more information on why people are leaving Brampton and where they're actually going, because a lot of clients we deal with in Brampton specifically tend to sell in Brampton and move somewhere else, one of these two videos here might be something you're interested in. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.